She looks much better with the kidney grills on. You can barely tell that that faceplate has any damage to it, but although the hood is still pretty chewed up. I'm still kind of amazed that like this thing actually runs and drives. Like, it's been so long since I've been able to just drive this car that it still feels new to me that this thing is back. So we're about 60 miles into the engine break-in, and it's going pretty well. It's actually driving much like a normal car would now, rather than just like kind of being on the edge and like sketchy the whole time I drive it. It was pretty nerve-wracking the first handful of times cruising this thing around, but now it's like getting to where it's just like driving a normal car, and that's really cool to me, you know? Just sort of it becoming normal is like super sick. But she looks freaking good. So today is December 10th, and this day 2 years ago was when I started the channel, was when I posted my first video to YouTube. And I don't really know if like YouTube anniversaries like this are like a thing, but I think it's going to be on my channel as sort of just a time to reflect on how far the channel has come. So this time last year, I didn't even break 900 subs. So we were still in the high 800s. Now we're almost at 3,500. We're at like 3,460 something, I believe. So over the last year, the channel has over tripled in growth, which is freaking sick, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying what I'm posting, and I'm glad that a lot of you guys like the content I'm creating. A lot of you guys have been following the builds, from the manual swap to the M50 build to building this motor and getting the whole thing running. It's just been really cool, and I'm glad that I could share with you guys the whole process of building and modifying my cars, because I love to do it. It's really fun, and I'm glad that you guys like to watch that and follow along and know what's going on. This time last year, this car was still like a pipe dream. You know, a lot of times in life, and especially in the car scene, you'll have a lot of people who tell you things that they're gonna do, and oh, I wanna do this, oh, I wanna, you know, manual swap the sedan, and we're gonna build an engine for this car, it's gonna be full forged, turbo ready motor, all this stuff. And a lot of the times it's just a lot of people spitting shit, just trying to be better than they are, you know, and that's kind of the truth of life. There are people like that. And this time last year, the sedan was still automatic, and this car still had a cracked engine block. I had done nothing to it. I had a parts list for the motor. Oh, we're gonna get forged pistons, we're gonna get forged rods, build the super gnarly motor. We're gonna manual swap the sedan, it's gonna be so sick. And there were a couple of guys on the channel who were kind of even doubting me. They're like, yeah, I don't know if you're gonna do that. You know, but now it's like fully coming to fruition. I've been kept on my word. I knew I was gonna, you know, I never try to lie to you guys. I never try to say shit that I'm not gonna do. And this last year has really been kind of all of that coming into fruition. We started the year with the manual swap on the sedan. The sedan has a full 5-speed in it. It runs freaking beautifully. It's strapped on the coilover. It's got the BBSs on there. And this car, man, this thing runs and drives. It has a full forged motor. It's full manual. It's got the super gnarly clutch in there. It's ready, you know? And while we haven't turboed the car yet, that's like the end goal for it. Oh, we're gonna have this super gnarly turbo build. You guys know I'm not lying when I tell you it's gonna come true, because that thing is gonna be freaking sick. I'm saving money for the parts list right now. It's gonna be mad. But just even having the sedan as a manual, daily driving that, and then having this on the weekends just to enjoy. There's still a lot to do to it. I still gotta smog it, and I still gotta do all that stuff, but it runs and drives. It's been really consistent, reliable. None of the fluid levels have dropped. The oil is perfect, the coolant's perfect. The long block is solid, which is freaking awesome. This last year has been an awesome year for the channel, and the growth has reflected that. I'm still a little channel, you guys know that, but we're definitely getting there. A lot of you guys say I need more subs. This is kind of true, but we'll get there. It's all about the process of making the videos and just having people follow, because here's the truth. A lot of you guys who are on the channel and follow the stuff that I do, you guys like really are into it, you know? I would rather have a couple thousand diehard subscribers who know what I'm doing, who love what I'm doing, who are really into the builds, who know what's going on, than like 20,000 or 30,000 surface level motherfuckers who are just like, oh, he does cool stuff, but you know, not really super into the channel or into the builds. And I love that, man. I mean, this thing isn't perfect for sure, but a lot of you guys just really enjoy the car and loved watching the process of putting the whole motor together and getting it running. And when we first fired up this motor for the first time and for the first drive, so many of you guys were like just so freaking amped up and hyped about it. It's so cool to me that you guys just love this car, you know? You guys love my builds as much as I do, which is awesome. And for those of you guys new to the channel, welcome, hang out, watch some videos, comment, ask questions. I love when you guys ask questions. I get new questions almost every day on helping you guys with your builds and your cars, and just, you know, explaining things and processes and why things need to be done a certain way. I had a nice conversation the other day with one of the subscribers, he had a question on running a cut ring gasket. He was a plumber and he was building his motor for boost, and I had to, you know, sort of walk him through why he needed this and why he needed to wait 24 hours for the copper spacer to settle and all this stuff. And it's cool. That's kind of what the channel is about, is, you know, sharing my knowledge on these cars and what I've learned over the years of working on them and helping you guys out with your projects. You know, there are a lot of threads and DIYs out there on the internet that are not really super rock solid, and that's why I love the video platform. That's why I love YouTube, is because I can make a video, I can literally show you guys with my hands what's going on and how it needs to be done. And a lot of you guys like that. I'm a very visual learner. I learn from watching and doing, not so much just reading, and that's why I kind of had a hard time when I was first starting to work on these cars, is because all the threads and all the DIYs, they were all just write-ups, and, you know, trying to wrap your head around like converting it from like words into action is kind of not the easiest. So sometimes like a good DIY video really just helps so much, you know. And on top of that, we do a lot of build videos, and there are a lot of little tips and tricks and techniques that I show you guys as we're building the cars that help you guys with your stuff, and that's awesome. Like my boy Marcus, he's doing a manual swap right now as we speak on his 328, and dude, I'm so glad I could help you out with that project and get the ball rolling on it, and, you know, sort of help and assist and answer your questions here and there, and giving you the motivation to actually get in and start working on that thing. It's freaking mad. You're gonna love that thing when it's done, dude. The autocross is totally gonna change when that thing's got a stick in it, I promise you. So thank you guys for an excellent year. This last year on YouTube has been the best year, basically, of my life up to this point. It's been so fun, awesome, just meeting new people, hanging out with good friends, building cars. It's been awesome. So hopefully next year will be better. I don't know if that's going to happen because last year was a pretty damn good year, but I know for sure we're going to be turboing this car. We're going to be doing a suspension rebuild on the sedan, so I don't know if that's going to match an engine build and a manual swap, but we'll try. Alright, thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it fresh, and I'll see you guys later.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we'll